Hello, this is an explanation of how to correctly cite your source and use evidence in your writing. So first, you can use evidence either by quoting or paraphrasing. So quoting is when you use the author's exact words. They recommend that quotes should be no more than 2 lines and should be used sparingly. Less than 10% of your paper should be quotes, in fact. Also, keep in mind that that other 90% should include plenty of reasoning and your claims. Paraphrasing. Paraphrasing is when you provide information in your own words that didn't come from you. You rephrase the information. This one is more common. It's easier to incorporate into your writing as well. But still make sure you use the author's last name and page number at the end of the paraphrase. Okay, quoting. How to use a direct quote. So first you need to say who said it, then you need to type the quote in quotation marks, and then you need to explain why you used it and about what about that quote is important. And that's your reasoning again. And again, as I've already mentioned, don't let quotes stand alone. Without reasoning, your argument won't survive. So here's an example. First, you have the author. When Patrick Henry states, "The war is inevitable and let it come." I repeat it, sir. Let it come. He uses his repetition to add emphasis to his willingness to fight a war for independence. So person who said it, quote, and then why it's important. And again, this person should probably use a little bit more reasoning, but that's a way to use a quote. And there we go. Okay, so look at this for a minute. Which one do you think is correct? So we're going to talk about how to cite a quote using correct MLA formatting. Dun, dun, dun. That one. So notice in MLA formatting, the period goes out after the parentheses, author's last name and page number in the parentheses. Also notice you don't need a comma anywhere. So like I said, there we go. There's no period right there. But what if the quote ends in a question mark or exclamation mark? Then you put those inside the quotation marks right there. See? But then you still include this period and notice that there's still the author's last name and page number. Okay, that is an explanation of how to use quotes. Paraphrase works the exact same way. You just don't use the quotation marks, but you still use the author's last name and page number.